Let me share my screen. Okay, guys, as we did cover yesterday, method overloading, second pillar of OOPS concept, which was polymorphism. And today we're gonna start with the method overriding. So is there any question before starting the method overriding and a method overloading? Any confusing point? Anything which is not clear for you? Abdul says no. Okay, no question. Mustafa and Ahmad also say, okay, thanks a lot for confirmation, guys. Okay, today we're gonna start with the method overriding concept in Java. What is method overriding concept says in Java? Method overriding concept, for example, before deep dive into the texture definitions and going to technicality, let's create a scenario. Method overriding is a place where, if suppose you're creating like a developer create class of time, which says that this time is general time, and they can access all over, and we can access in all over the world. Guys, please mute yourself once the class started. Okay, when the team leader or project manager, who's the lead software engineer, created a class of general time, and this general time will be accessible according to specific time zone and international time zones. And now, whenever other developers, which they are developing small cities time, so they need to invoke that class. Means if the concept says if the specific area is matched with the international time, so it will invoke the parent class. If it's not matched with the international time zone, like we have local time zones as well, so they will definitely invoke their child class. Now, this concept is like this. Let's draw the scenario on the whiteboard so that you guys can understand it well. After that, we will go with the definition and start the coding. Let me start. Let's start with Roomnet. Okay, let's close this panel. Like I said, for example, we have one international time, which is specific to some area. Like we can say to it will be specific to Asia time. One time zone we have for Europe time, one we have for America time. These are different times, but each continent, each specific country have their local times as well. Like for example, we have a time difference. Like in Kabul, Kabul time will be right now. It will be 5:11 a.m. of morning, but definitely, if we consider, there will be lots of changes in Herat province. It will be, I guess, 4:50 their aim. This is attached, or this is matched with the international time, but this will not catch or match with the international time. So for that reason, there is a concept called method overriding, that if a senior developer create an international time class, this is my international class, and inside that we have time method. So This will invoke the international. But here is we have another class that a developer is developing a local time zone. Local time zone. So this local time zone also have same method like time. This same method, it's acting like method overloading, but here is a difference. In method overloading, we cast different scenarios with the parameter, we play with the parameters, but in method overriding, we don't do like this. We only do what? The time, the name of the method is same, like the data which we pass is same. Just little bit difference is that if it doesn't match the international time, so this class will be invoked all the time. If it matches, there at last we will study super keyword, that with the help of super we can tackle that. As of now, just consider the scenario. This will be the scenario. Okay, now let's jump back to the slide. And here we said that if subclass. Now what is subclass? If you guys remember that on the day of inheritance, we said that inheritance is also used to achieve a runtime polymorphism. Now that concept remain. I told you guys that whenever we reach to polymorphism, so we will study the overriding in that section. I will tell you that what does it mean, how it is connected with the inheritance. Now this is the point. If a subclass is which class? It's a child class, has the same method as declared in the parent class. It's also known as a method overriding. How it is known as a method overriding? They have to connectivity. All right, they have a rules for method overriding. What are these rules? The rules are method must have the same name as the parent class. First rule, first condition. Second condition is the method must have the same parameter as the parent class has. Third condition is there must be is a relationship like inheritance. Once you hear about is a relationship, it means we are talking about inheritance. So these are the rules that provide a specific, or we can implement the method overriding concept right in the OOPS concept. So before going to too much deep into that, let's code something so that we can understand. Now, let me open this, my Eclipse IDE, and let me close this section. Okay, I will open polymorphism. All right, I will create a program, new class. Inside that, I will take and I will say that method overriding. Check mark the public static void main, click on finish. Once you do that,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Research.
Now everything seems good. Now my aim is just let's create a class. I will create class of like suppose I'll create class of time. Inside class of time, I have a method time void time. Inside that system dot out dot println. So that I will pass the data, like we can say that it is standard time zone. Now inside this method, which is belongs to method overriding, which has the which has what? It has the public static void main, or else you can take one another class as well. Like let's say class, I would say class local time. I would say local. Inside that, I also have the same time method, and it is printing out the data for me, system dot out dot println, and inside that I would say local time zone. Now this class is extends, it is parent time class. Now inside public static void main, when I'm creating the object, I should create the object of local. Local show equal to new local. Now with the help of show object, show dot eat, show dot time. Now this time belongs to what? You can see that, right? It is giving me the hint that void local, it belongs to local. We don't have anything with the time class itself. Now I will enter that. So why it's doing like this? Now we are just checking, we want to understand what we want to understand the concept. If I run this, you can see that it will display only the local time zone for me. Proceed. You can see that the record is displayed what? Local time zone. Why displayed local time zone? Let me take the snappy of this and explain it. Snappy tool. So if I was snappy. Okay. Now you can see that I have one standard time zone. This is standard time zone. I have what? I have one local time zone. Now inside these both classes, we have same method. Same method. And first rule of what? Overriding is implemented right here. That we have both same method. Now what it says, how it override this time class. Once the compiler, because we already extend this, once the compiler come and they read into public static void main, the compiler see that we are creating object of local class. Object of local class is what? Show. Now the compiler goes to this area and will check for the inside of the body of this local. Once the compiler read that data, compiler again looks into that it has extend keyword, which extend the time. It will also jump into the class of time and go there. Once the compiler read that data also, compiler will check that, hey, I have also time method right in here in time class, and I also have time method inside my local class as well. So what is the difference then? Right in here, when the compiler comes, the question might arise in your mind that there will be ambiguity created. No, there will be no ambiguity, because the concept of overriding says that once the method has a is a relationship. Now with the help of extend keyword, we create the is a relationship. Second rules is also apply here. So now what it says, that go ahead and override this method for me. With this method, replace this time method with this time method for me and display it. And once After that, the developer will do the coding for that they will catch the geolocation. This is not belongs to us, but I'm explaining the scenario. They're writing the script like this, that if the geolocation is belongs to a standard time zone, so they will display this method class of time, which is on above, with the help of what? Super keyword that we're going to study in a 2 to 3 minutes later. And if the time zone is not present, like it is in local time zone, so don't uh, get this time, just try to invoke that time and replace it with this time. So this is the logic of method overriding that we created with the one object. You can see that with the help of inheritance and method overriding of polymorphism, we achieve the runtime polymorphism, that at the same time we can override or invoke the method of time. Now, is that clear, guys? Any confusing point?
So in this, it just shows the overriding. So it's not showing the standard time, it's just showing the local time. It overrides the command, right?
Yeah, directly we override it with, and we replace it. It means we replace it with the parent method.
Okay, that's clear, sir. Thank you.
Abdul, which point is confusing? You can unmute yourself and ask a question, Abdul. Okay, this confusion, Zakia, will be resolved once we study the super keyword also. So this confusion will be get over. As we are right now explaining the concept, so I'm not going that much deep, but if this class was about the development class, so I would go very deep and I will code for you that this is the actual concept. But as of now, we are just studying the overriding concept, so that we have both two different time zone. One is local and one is international time zone. So in both classes, we have what? We have time method. Why I take this both inside both classes same time method? Because the rules say like this, that the method must have the same name as in the parent class. This is the first rule of method overriding that Java developer set for me. The second rule is the method must have the same parameter as the parent class. Okay, this is also applied. We don't have any parameter in that, so we didn't take that. There must be an as a relationship, means we have to implement the inheritance also. So that's why we take it like this. Yeah, exactly, Mustafa. Void means return for me what is in. So void as of now means we are returning null value. We don't return any value. You understand, Abdul, that why I take like this? I take two in two different classes, same method, because the rules of overriding say like this. Rule says that go ahead and take like this. So once they reach, now we didn't code a geolocation logic right here. If I code a geolocation logic here, there will be an API, so I should call in here. So I bring the stuff from the internet right here, so that they will catch first of all my location, that whether I'm matching the international time zone or whether I'm matching the local time zone. So after that, they will invoke the classes. You know, there is a lot of stuff and a lots of coding I have to do so that I can achieve my logic. So as of now, just consider the scenario that you code and you do the coding and you're in local time zone. So that's why it override your parent class method. It gets your which method? Your child method. and run for you. And if you want to display this method, we will study with the help of super keyword that how can we access the parent class method as well. Right now, go ahead, type this code. Once you run it, it will be more clear for you. I will give you 5 minutes for that. And I will pause the recording for a minute. Okay, guys, don't worry about this method overriding concept in polymorphism. You will understand it once we reach to next concept. We study other concepts. So these are a little bit interconnected with each other. So don't worry about this. Just consider the scenario that once you hear about the polymorphism, there should be two things comes into your mind. One is method overloading. You understand that what is method overloading, and you now understand that what is method overriding. Method overriding is based on that 3 rules that we have set, that must have as a relationship, the same parameter should be there, and should have the same method name. So these 3 rules are implemented inside the class. So this is called method overriding, or we can say this is called the runtime polymorphism that we can achieve it through inheritance extends class. This was all about the method overriding. Once you enter to the company, you will see the different use cases of that. You will see the different scenario of that. So no worry about that. You will understand it. As of now, just get the concept. And inside the code, if these 3 rules implemented, so this is called method overriding. With no further delay, let's jump back to the slide. Okay. Like in here, I take the example of what? The example of a bank which get the interest rate written 0. But bank is, take example of this, that this bank is what? This bank is an international bank. Let's draw. Let me draw it right here. Okay, we have one general bank, like we have in Afghanistan, the Afghanistan bank, like in US, we have American bank, International American Bank. So all of the child class will invoke and get orders and follow the rules and regulation of that main bank, which is from the government side. So now we have one main bank. Under this main bank, we have different small bank, like we have a ZZ Bank, like we have USA Bank, like we have Virginia Bank, like we can name it like Kabul Bank, and we can name it like AIB Bank. These are small banks that works under this international bank. Now, this international bank has different rate of interest. Like in this, they will take only 1% rate of interest from the customers. But in their local banks, they get different rate of interest. Like for example, Aziz Bank take 3% rate of interest, US Bank take 2% rate of interest, Virginia Bank take 6% rate of interest, Kabul Bank take 5% rate of interest, and AI Bank take a 7% rate of interest. Now the developer which they are developing this bank application, so they do what? They code the scenario like this, that first of all, this main general bank will be coded by the team leader. So they will create a one method, get rate of interest, and they will assign a 1% rate of interest with that. But if other developers are developing the like Azizi Bank methods, get rate of interest, someone else is developing USA Bank rate of interest, someone else is developing for Virginia. So they will assign a different rate of interest, so that once if the bank is not left, so they will definitely by default get rate of interest of which bank? Get rate of interest of international bank. But if there is a specific bank, so they will definitely take the rate of interest which is assigned from that bank, which we have already right there. Okay, let's jump back to the slide. You can see that in here, get rate of interest is 0 for main bank or central bank. For SBI, we extend the bank and we get rate of interest is 8. For ICC, extend rate is 7, get rate of interest. For Axis Bank, get rate of interest is 9. There are different use cases of that. Now, if we create the class of SBI, so we can see that the get rate of interest for SBI is different, for ICC Bank is different, for Axis Bank is different. Each and everything is different totally for each bank. But if there we call invoke the, if there is no get rate of interest for the any bank, so they will definitely invoke the parent method. Here the example I took, so don't worry about that. I know that it is still a little bit confusing, but let's study the super keyword so that this confusion will be resolved for you. Now we have super keyword in Java. Super keyword is what? We use super keyword for what? We use super keyword for accessing or for invoking the parent method class. Like in parent method, we can access the instance variable or fields or that variables which we define. With the help of super keyword, we can use to invoke what immediate parent class method. We can get the parent class method as well. With the help of super keyword, we can invoke the immediate parent class constructor even. This through with the help of super keyword we can access inside our child classes. So now first step is that super is used to immediate the parent class instance variable. What does it mean? Instance variable means that, let's go to scenario. Now we are studying the super keyword method. So with that, you will understand that what is polymorphism, how we can access it. Okay, super keyword. I'll click on public static void main. I'll click on finish. So take an example. I have a class. Class what? Like class says colors. Inside that, I have one variable and color equal to, sorry, yes, I have need to apply string color equal to, should I add a semicolon, white. Now I have one another method like I take right in here. I have one another method like I put here dog, so we don't need that as well. So instead, I will take one another class and name it class. Let's say it. Let's say it shape car. Inside that, I have what? I have one method void car color. Now inside that, I will print the data system dot out dot println. Now I will extend what color extends color class. So first of all, I would say that I will copy this, Control C, I'll paste it here. Color should be black. Let's change it black. You can see that same variable, same data type we have in color class, same variable, same data type we have in car class. So right here, I will access the color of car class is I'll concatenate which color, this color. Now, if I print the above data, how could I access or invoke the parent class color variable? I can access that color, which is right here, with the help of which method? With the help of super keyword. Super. It's 1p. With the help of super keyword, I can access. Now, color of which class? I would say color of color class. Now, if I create the object of this car class, car disp equal to new car, add semicolon. Now, disp dot what? Disp dot car color. If I run the method, let's say okay, proceed. You can see that color of the car class is black, which I assigned here. But under that, I can even access now color of color class, which is white right in here. With the help of which keyword? With the help of super keyword. Now this is the power of super keyword, that anything is inside the class of parent, and you're implementing the method overriding concept. So with the help of super keyword, you can access the parent class data as well without any hesitation. Now you understand what I'm saying?
Sir, just to clarify, with the with this super,
Yeah.
using the super word, we can access the main, the parent class, right?
Yeah, definitely. We can access the parent class data or parameters, variables, methods, anything that we want, we can access it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Because in first example, I told you that in method overriding, it will override if I didn't use that super keyword. So what would happen? This color will invoke this color variable. Now, am I right? So there will be no
Right, sir.
debate of this white color. So, but with the help of super keyword, I can even access now this white color inside my method of child class.
It's actually the opposite of method overriding, right?
Actually, no. It is not the opposite of the method overriding. This keyword is only used with the method overriding, so that if someone wants, like I said, I told you that if the geolocation is according to international time zone, so now they will put a condition and they will add a super keyword, super dot what? Super dot time. They will add that like this in this example, which we did. Like if my geolocation is in Kabul, and they will capture my geolocation through APIs. So they will add what? They will add system.out.println, and inside that super.time, they will add time. In that time, compiler would understand that, oh, they are asking for parent methods, not for child methods. You can see that the super keyword is for the compiler. That compiler will understand that if it is super, so super means parent. So if you understand the super class, we have subclass, we have super class. Super class means parent class. And with the help of super, we can access the parent data.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So, is there any question, guys? Anyone else? Okay, do one thing. Just yeah, ask.
I'm sorry, teacher Furqan. If you don't mind, can you a little bit come down like from the top, kind of explaining the classes color, string color white, and then the core. So if we are saying class core extends color, it means the core color is white.
No.
Can you a little bit come down from the top,
Let's
kind
do
of
it in
explaining a little bit?
Okay, let's do it in this way. Let me comment this section. Let me comment this section. Now this section is commented. It means that it is ignorable by the compiler, and the compiler will not run our core color method, which is local for the core class. Now I have how many variables, Masood? I have two variables, string color white, and inside my core color string color black. So I created the object of what? The object of my core DISP right in here. Now it says when I'm accessing color car, it is now not accessible. Let's do it in this way. I will access system dot out dot println. Now it's say DISP dot color. Now if I put this color, so what you're saying, this color belongs to which class, Masood? Can you tell me, Masood, this colors belongs to which class?
This color belongs to color class.
Color class. So if I run this, let's see, it will be not belongs to color class. Because
Oh, sorry, the
class,
core class.
yeah, because it display black for me. Why? Because inside this color, I stored the black value. But now the concept says that I want to access which class? I want to access my, so I'll comment this. Now, if I want to access my white color, so how could I access that? I would say that with the help of super keyword, I will do what? I will access my which class? Cannot use static type. So this
the parent class, the
yeah.
the string class.
Now you understand, Masood, what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, okay.
It's not taking the static value. Okay, I'm putting. So if I display this, DISP dot superclass. Now with the help of that, I can access it. Now you understand that? It's taking error because I need to put it inside the method. That's why. Now this was the logic that I
Yes.
try to explain. Hope, Masood, everything is clear now.
I got it. I got the super key because it goes to the parent class. Yeah.
Now go ahead. I will give you 3 to 5 minutes for that. Write it down on your Eclipse IDE. I'll pause the recording. Hey guys, we have seen that we can even access the fields and variable of the parent class. Now let's check this with the methods and how we can access the methods of a parent class. Let me go to slide. In slides, we have next slide, super keyword can be used to invoke a parent class method. How it can invoke a parent class method? You can see that I have one class animal and one class dog, which extends the animal. Now inside my parent class, I have one eat method. Now inside my the child class also I have an eat method, eating bread. Now inside that I have another method in child class, which is work. But inside work, I just do what? I just do access super dot eat and bark. I access these two methods and call these two methods, I mean to say. So now if I access these datas, so what will happen? Let's see invoke the parent methods. Let me create a new class. Say class. super method. I'll click on public static void main. I would say like this. Let's create one class. Like I can say animal class. Now with animal, I have one method 8. Let's write system dot out dot println. Just guys, we are seeing the super keyword, how we can use the super keyword with the methods. Now inside that, I will use eating only. Now I have what? I have class dog extends what? Extends their parent animal. Now with that, there is the 2 to 3 methods like void 8. And here I would say like this. Let me copy this, because first of all, we are implementing and we are invoking which class? Child class. Child class is invoking the parent class method. Now dog is eating. Now in here, I have one other method void, let's say work. Now with that work, I do what? I just only call the super dot eat. If I say super dot eat, you can see that in here it is written for me void. It is written type is void, so written type of class animal method eat is void. So and it is belongs to animal class. So if I enter that, so I access the data inside work method. I access the data of what? The data of this eat method. So now if I create the object of class dog equal to OPS, let's see, new dog. Now with the OPS dot, I could say, first of all, I will access 8. This 8 will invoke which method? I will ask someone, oops dot, I will ask work. Sorry, wait, work. Okay, let's pick someone randomly. Let's go with the Ashkan. Ashkan, can you unmute yourself and tell me that oops.8, it is invoked which method? It will display what on the screen for me? Okay, Ashkan is not present. He might not answer. Okay, let's start with Zakia. Zakia, can you tell me this oops, which I call this oops.eat, will call which method?
I think maybe both of them.
No, how it is possible that it will access both of them? And one time they can access only one method.
Because we have the super keyword.
No. I mean, I don't want. I just asked you that in this line number 29, I called oops.eat. This will invoke which method? This will call which method? Parent class eat or child class eat?
Child class.
Yeah, definitely. Why
Yeah,
child class?
because we have this, we created the object of dog, so dog is a child class, and it is not parent, so.
It is not parent, and we implement the concept of overriding because we have same method in parent class and we copy that method and paste it inside dog class. So it override their parent class method. That's why it's okay. Excellent job, Zakia. Now let's run this and let's see what is what it display. The seed. If I go there, you can see that in first line, we implemented the polymorphism concept, dog is eating. But in next line, we directly break the rule of overriding, and with the help of eating, with the help of superclass, we access the method of the parent class, which is only displayed eating for us. This is the concept of super keyword with the methods that we can access parent class method even inside our child class methods. Mustafa, now is it clear? Okay, let me see. Okay, great. Now go ahead, guys, take a new file, type this program also. Okay, as we studied super method, super keyword with the methods as well. So let me explain this in a drawing then. So let's take a new screenshot. Class package. Let's explain this in this section. Okay. What it say, what we did, guys, in here, we have one animal class, which is my parent class. It is also a super class, we can name it. Super class. Now, inside my super class, I have one eat method, which belongs to this animal class. Now I have one dog class, which is the child of animal class. How it is the child of animal class? Because with the help of extends keyword, I access the animal. Now the relationship which is established between dog and animal is like a relationship between parent and child with the help of extend keywords. Now inside dog class, I have one method which is named eat. So I apply the rules of overriding that method must have the same name, eat here, we have eat here, return type or same, number of parameter or same, both are empty. Now the next rule, it must have the third rule. It must have the is a relationship, means inheritance. So how we assign inheritance? With the help of extend keywords, we implement the inheritance. So three of the rules are applied in here. So I achieved the first concept of method overriding, which is runtime polymorphism. This is called. Now in next method, what I did. And next method, I create a method work. Inside that, I access the data of what parent class. With the help of what? With the help of super class, super keyword. Super keyword is a keyword which can access our parent class data, whatever data you want to access, whether it is a variable, whether it's a method, whether it's a constructor, anything you can access it. Now we have eat right here, we have eat right here. So if I don't put this super keyword right here, so definitely they will print for me what? Dog eating, dog eating. But with the help of this super keyword, now I can differentiate that. With the help of super keyword, I can directly access the data of my parent class so that whenever I passes these object oops.eat, so it will display this method eat, which is in child class, and oops.work, which is also present inside my child class, but it will access the data of its parent class. So that's why it's printing for me. First dog is eating, and second line eating only. Is it clear, Abdul, now?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I got it.
Okay, guys. Let's do one thing. Let's create one another program so that you guys can understand this. I will create one program and I will name it as a, let's name it as a, I will name it as a main. I'll do the public static void main. Let me first explain the scenario for you. In this example, you can definitely understand the concept of this method overriding. What does it mean? Why we are using it? Okay, right here. Think of, first of all, let's go to the spend. Think of that. Polygon, like think of that polygon is what? It's an inappropriate shape of a stone, we can say. Now, I want to create from this shape a square shape. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. But if I put this inside the machine, so the machine will put a cat for me like this. They will cut it into pieces so that I can get the square shape from this polygon shape. And also, I want a square shape. I want a circle shape from this polygon. So how could I take this circle shape from this polygon? So instead, I will cut the sides. I will put the blades and I will cut it by machine. So I get the circle from that. So at the end, I get the circle like this. So now how can I implement this inside the code? Inside the code, let's create a class of polygon. This is class of polygon. I would say void render. Think of that. This is my machine. This method is my machine, rendering machine. System dot out dot println. This will be rendering the stone, not rendering stones. Putting let's see. Rendering the polygon stone. Now I will create what? From this stone, from this inappropriate stone, which I draw in here. This is my inappropriate stone. I need to create a square. So for that, I need to put this inappropriate shape of stone inside machine. So I'll create one. What? I'll create class of what? Class of square machine. So square is enough. I'll create a class of square. So I will do what? I will inside the class of square, I also have the method of render because render is my rendering machine so that it can turn that into a square. System dot out dot println. Now inside that, rendering the square, the polygon, to convert it into square shape. Now this is my comment for that. Now for accessing the stone, because stone is, where is the stone located? Stone is located inside my which class? Inside the polygon class. This is all of this classes, think of that, all of this is a stone. So I need to put the stone inside the rendering machine so that I can get the square shape. So how could I do that? I will extend the class, extends polygon. Like this. So I can access this. If I run this, now I need what, guys? I need to create what? the object of my square class. I will access this. I'll put square, rend, equal to new. Now I'll put square, put semicolon. If with the help of rend dot render. Now you can see that if I run this, it will display for me what? Let's say proceed. It will display for me rendering the polygon to convert it into square shape. Can you see that? I put my polygon stone inside the rendering machine of squares so that I can get the square shape. Now I need also what? The circle class shape also. Circle. So I'll create class of circle. Inside that void, I will create a render machine. Same method. I will do what? I'll copy this line. Paste it right in here. Rendering the polygon to convert it into a circle shape. Circle shape. Now right here, I need to extend what? It is parent, extends polygon. Let's extend this polygon. Now, if I run this, now I need to create what? For that, I need to create the object of the circle as well. Circle class, circle. I will say rend1 equal to new circle. Now, with the help of rend1 dot render. Now you can see that it will display for me what? Both of the data. First line will be rendering the polygon to convert it to square shape, and next line rendering the polygon to convert it into a circle shape for me. Now you got the logic that why we are using method overriding. Think of that this is our polygon stone and we have a machine by the name of render inside that. We put it inside the machine, but we didn't understand that which type of shape I need to print it. So for that, we don't need to access anything. It will directly seeing rendering the polygon stone only. But the shape, the type is not defined, that what kind of the outcome will bring out for me after we rend the machine, we start the rendering machine. So after that, if I create the class of square, but we have same machine which is rendering the stone of the polygon. So this will convert polygon stone to square shape for me. And next line, I put the circle, this polygon stone into a circle machine. So it will convert the polygon shape into a circle shape for me. And I will print the data for me right in here. Now, this was the little bit explanatory question. So that if you guys can understand from this. Now, is there any doubt? The confusion which was created is now solved. Thank you, Abdul. I guess Abdul get the point. Yeah, that's cool, guys. Now I feel a little bit comfortable because these concepts were a little bit so similar. That's why it confused you a lot. So this example might resolve your confusion. I hope so. Okay, great. With that, okay, I will wind up the class. Now I will stop the recording.
But one small question again.